Spawn was a really cool movie that came out in the 90s, and it had John Leguizamo in it, and for some reason Robbie's obsessed with that movie, I guess. I don't know. So what I know about Spawn is that he's from hell. He's a hell guy, and he comes to Earth, and it's really crazy because John Leguizamo is not a fat person. Do you know what I mean? But in the movie, I don't know if he gained like 300 pounds or 400 pounds for the role, but he's like a ball of a person, and he's the Spawn bad guy, and Spawn comes to Earth to fight John Leguizamo, who, like I said, you wouldn't even, if you saw a picture, you wouldn't go, that's John Leguizamo, because.
So what would I do to make this game better? First of all, I would make the characters a little bit relatable. I would name them things that everyone in the world can relate to. Like Jason, that's a great one. And then also, I don't know, something like dog. Everybody likes dogs.
I know I have to be completely clear right now. I know literally nothing about Shadowhawk other than he hangs out with Spawn. And I don't remember him from the movie Spawn, but apparently he's Spawn's guy.
16th century America. Oh yeah, really cool. Everybody wants to go back there. Like those people came for, like history has progressed from then on purpose. There's a reason that we didn't just stop back in the 1600s, and it's because nobody liked it, so they kept moving forward in time to get to now, right? So what's the point of going all the way back then when we're already at now, and we have all this stuff that we can do that they couldn't do?
That, I don't know. I have no idea who Shadowhawk is. Sounds like a bird person. Maybe does he just like, I think maybe Spawn is like, Cacaw like calls him over, and then Shadowhawk jumps on his, and then they talk about, let's go to Earth. We're in hell, let's go to Earth and find the John Leguizamo, and then I think it might be Shadowhawk's idea, like, yeah, let's do that. Like he isn't, I guess that's not his idea, he just agrees.
I don't know, like right now, like it could be set at an amusement park. It could be set at a mall. It could be set anywhere where people actually like to go. You know, that's the thing. When you're making content, you just look at the clues around you. You say, what do people actually do with their time? Because you don't want to make something that nobody does. Like the answers are all around you. What do people do? They like to go out with their friends. Okay, so it's about Jason and Dog, and they're going out with their friends. What else do people like to do?
And then Shadowhawks so when they come to Earth, I'm pretty sure Shadowhawk flies away, and then he's not in the rest of the movie because he's a bird. And am I thinking of something else? Is there a different bird in the movies?
I don't know. What do people love to do with their friends? Buy cars. Which cars do people love to do? Audis. They love to drive Audis around. Like, everybody loves that, right? So Jason and Doug are getting in their old, worst car. It's 2 years old, and they need to find their way to the Audi dealership. And they drive around, and the first big challenge is they have to pick their favorite song. And there's so many choices nowadays, so the first thing that you have to do in the game is pick a song. And if you pick the wrong one, then they get into a fight, and they miss the light, and then they get hit by a car. Because if you make small wrong choices in life, it can lead to big snowball effects, which I know personally, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. You know, I don't bring these ideas to the room lightly. I don't bring them to the room out of just some whim. I say everything that I say and all of my ideas because I am inspired. And I'm not inspired by something inside of myself, I'm inspired by something outside of myself that inspires me. Something that flows through me that I can give out, but that I can't contain.
There's a lot of parts of me that I don't quite understand and can't know. my legs, can't feel them. My hands, completely numb. And so to me, those are parts I say only God can know. So they're like, are you running or are you walking? And I say only God can know.
I just don't know any other way to say it. It's just that I'm blessed, and if other people would get out of the way, they could be blessed too. But not everybody is able to receive that kind of energy because it's very powerful.
There's an emptiness in you. That's God's house, right? Is that complete empty, numb feeling. I can't feel my mouth, I can't feel my eyes, I can't feel anything. Because God's inside of me, living inside of me, like a guy moving my body and my arms and my legs, and he's taking up that space, that feeling space. He feels that. So a lot of people come to me, they say, I can feel my body, I can feel these things. I have a heart, I can feel that. And I say, well, guess who thinks that, wants you to think that? The Satan, the devil. If you think you can feel yourself, that's the devil. And now have you seen the movie God Is Not Dead?
Somebody can hold a mirror for you, and that's step one. And then the second step is you take the mirror and hold it yourself. And then the third step is that your image of yourself is so perfect that you don't need a mirror because you have yourself looking at you from about this far away all of the time.
Parts that he's talking in front of and he's, no, stop, and God, and then do you see what's happening? That's because I can't feel my brain, I can't feel my thoughts. I don't know what the thoughts to the brain, to the mouth, to the eyes are, because that's God. That's part of him.
The angels are like, I like to think of the angels like servants, where you want them in your spaces that you wouldn't let other people into, but you don't want them to be there without your permission, right? So it's not that the angels are separated from me, or like I keep them at bay. Like, it's not like I go to Neiman Marcus and I send them to Macy's. It's more like they come to Neiman Marcus with me and they hold my packages.
I do play some, I would call them games, some online games. I wouldn't call them video games, I guess, but there's no controller, but I do play online games, yeah.
Sometimes you don't, like, it's nice to have angels around, it's a fact of life, but sometimes because their energy is so intense, you know that little ding at the beginning of a conference call if like someone jumps on late, like ding, and then the conference call line tells them to announce themselves, and then that interrupts the flow of what everybody else was already talking about, and then you're annoyed because the flow is broken, and then they're embarrassed because they just said their name like right in the middle of the conference call. It's exactly like that with angels for me, but only I can hear it. Like, their energy is just so intense. It's like that thing, and like, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but if it happens, like, there's a lot of angels, right? There's kind of like an infinite number. So it's like, if they are all like, oh my God, something big is going down, this brand is about to launch, there's a conference call happening, like, they are gonna hop on that call because they are drawn to good energy. And what am I if not good energy? So I'm on the call and I just start hearing these dings, these like ding.
Down, it's like falling down the stairs, but if that were good. Where I just kind of click that, pop up. And then when I see one where they're shaking them in my face kind of look, I go bingo, and then I click that, and then
I'm on the call with my like first seed round of investors, and I'm like, no, seriously, did you hear that? Because like, I think Cindy just got on the call late, and this is the last straw with her.
17xy.slam or something, and then I'm there, and then so. And then it does, at that point, it does start installing stuff on my computer, but I let it. And
she thinks that she runs the company when it's my company. And I was like, no, I hired you. And she's like, yeah, you hired me to run the company. And I'm like, no.
And it'll be more kind of like if this person collects this certain amount of money, they're gonna do this crazy thing that you definitely want to see. You want to see it so bad. It's like the whole reason you're there. And
So she wasn't on the call, and I thought that she jumped on late, and I turned to the people next to me, and I was like, did you hear that? Bitch.
And so part of the game then is you look at your bank account statement and you think about how much can I spend on this. And
Where the F is Cindy? And then I realized it wasn't her at all. It was angels. It was angels coming on the line.
Finally, over time, maybe hours, you finally get to the point, and then the thing happens, the thing, and sometimes another person will come out, and they have to do it, and sometimes there's other people playing the game, like it's online kind of multiplayer, and they'll be like, thank you so much because we really wanted to see this, but we didn't have the money, or like, hey man, think you're kind of like the king of this website, and like, or you'll try to create a relationship with that person in real life somehow. Like, hey, can I have your address? Can I have your phone number? But that part I haven't been figured out how to beat that level. But like, because you will kind of gain like almost what feels like a relationship with this person, especially it's not necessarily a person, but it's a relationship with the website, and you want to kind of marry it after a while. And so part of the game, I think, is to figure out how, and maybe it's money, but it's like figure out how to get to there. Because you can get the thing, I can see the crazy thing, I've done that a bunch, but like, and it's awesome, but now I'm like, how do I become that video game's boyfriend?